Friday afternoon,
That specific feeling.
when the week is almost over,
And the weekend is right there.
just waiting.
Is there a better feeling?
Maybe one.
What?
Monday morning when you actually had a good weekend.
That's rare.
It's rare, but when it happens, you feel like a different person.
Welcome back to the English Adventure Podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Lily.
And today we're talking about something that sounds very ordinary, but is actually one of the most common conversation topics in real English.
The weekend. What you do, how you rest, how you recharge, and how to talk about all of it without just saying it was fine.
The answer that ends every conversation, immediately. Real English, real weekends, and the few phrases that actually open things up.
And before we dive in, if you're enjoying the podcast, a like and a subscription keep us going.
We really appreciate every single one. Now, let's talk about weekends.
Can I ask you something personal?
Sure.
What does your ideal weekend look like?
Honestly, nothing.
Nothing?
Not literally nothing, but no schedule. No plans that have to happen at a certain time. Open space. Coffee in the morning without rushing. Maybe a walk somewhere.
That sounds very peaceful.
It sounds peaceful. In reality, there's always something. Someone needs something needs fixing, somewhere needs to be.
The Saturday list. Every family has one. What's on yours?
This week, grocery shopping, a small repair in the kitchen, and apparently we need to rearrange the furniture in the living room.
How did that happen?
I genuinely don't know, but it's on the list now.
My weekends are a bit different. I actually like having a loose structure. Not a tight schedule, but a general shape. Saturday morning, I usually sleep a little longer, then a slow breakfast, maybe go to the market if it's nice outside.
The market? You actually go to a real market?
Every Saturday I can. There's something about it. The colors, the smells, people moving slowly. Nobody's rushing anywhere. And somehow that feeling carries into the rest of the day.
I should try that instead of rearranging furniture.
Yes, instead of that.
You know what I actually love about weekends, though? The morning sounds. Weekday mornings are all alarms and rushing, but weekend mornings, someone is making pancakes somewhere. A door opens slowly, no one is in a hurry. Everything sounds different. Everything feels different.
So let's talk about the English side of this, because this comes up all the time. Monday morning, someone asks, "How was your weekend?" And most people say, "Good, quiet, nothing special."
And the conversation dies immediately, which is a shame because there's always something, always a small moment worth mentioning.
So what do you actually say? The trick is to pick one thing, just one, not everything, not a full report, one small moment. I finally tried that new cafe near my place. Or we went for a walk and it was actually really nice. Something specific, real, something they can picture. Oh, which cafe? Where did you walk? The conversation opens up from one honest sentence.
What about the weekends where nothing really happened?
Those are valid too, completely. Sometimes the weekend is just rest, and that's worth saying too. Instead of nothing special, I actually had a really quiet one. That sounds intentional. I needed to recharge, so I kept it low-key.
Low-key. I love that phrase. Low-key means calm, relaxed, nothing too exciting. I kept it low-key this weekend. Sounds like a choice, not like nothing happened, which is true. Rest is a choice.
A very good one sometimes.
And what about the other direction? The weekends that were too busy. How was your weekend? Honestly, exhausting, because sometimes the weekend needs its own recovery.
Also completely valid. I need a weekend to recover from my weekend. I think a lot of people know that sentence.
Not just parents. You know what I've noticed? The weekends that feel good almost always have at least one small routine in them. Not a big plan, just something you always do.
Like my Saturday market.
Exactly. Or a Sunday morning run. Or a specific breakfast you only make on weekends. Something that signals, this is different from the week. This time is mine.
I think that's really important. It's like a small ritual, something you do regularly. in the same way, that has a special feeling to it. Not just a habit, something with meaning.
Like your last cup of tea on Sunday evening.
Always. Before the week starts again, I sit quietly for a few minutes, just me and the tea.
That's actually beautiful. The small ones are always the most important.
What's yours?
My weekend ritual? Sunday morning, when everyone is still asleep, I make coffee. Slowly. No rushing, no notifications, just the coffee and the quiet. About 20 minutes.
That's worth protecting.
I try.
I think these small moments are actually what people mean when they say they had a good weekend. Not the big events, not the trips or the plans, just those quiet moments where everything slows down and you remember what it feels like to just be somewhere without needing to be anywhere else. That's the weekend.
That's the real one.
Okay, I want to talk about something that not many people mention. Sunday evening.
Ugh.
Exactly that reaction. There's a specific feeling. Around 5 or 6 o'clock, the light changes, everything gets a little quieter, and somewhere in the back of your mind, tomorrow is Monday. The weekend isn't over, but it feels like it is.
That feeling even has a name in English, the Sunday Scaries. That low-level anxiety that starts on Sunday afternoon, thinking about the week ahead. Work, emails, all the things you didn't finish last week.
It's very common, and I think knowing the name for it already helps a little, because you can say it out loud. I've got the Sunday Scaries, and someone immediately understands, and you feel less alone with it.
What do you do with Sunday evenings?
I try to make them nice, something simple. A good meal, a film maybe, one more good hour. The weekend isn't over yet, and I try not to look at work things.
Does it work?
Sometimes.
Same. I think Sunday evenings are actually one of the best conversation topics in English because everyone has a relationship with them. Everyone knows that feeling. So if you're ever stuck in a conversation, are you a Sunday evening person or do you handle it well? Instant connection, because the answer is almost always the same.
Not great.
Never great.
Weekends are funny things. 2 days, 48 hours, and somehow never quite enough. But I think the goal isn't more time, it's noticing the time you have. The slow coffee, the Saturday market, the last cup of tea before Monday. The moments that are already there, waiting to be noticed.
So our question for you today is simple. What's one thing you always do on weekends? A routine, a ritual, or just something small that makes it feel like yours? Write it in the comments, in English, one sentence.
We read every single one.
And if today's episode gave you some new words for talking about your weekend, use them on Monday. When someone asks, "How was your weekend?" don't say, "Fine." Tell them about the coffee or the market or the furniture you had to rearrange.
Especially that one. And if the podcast is part of your weekend routine now, a like and a subscription help us keep making these conversations every single week.
Take care of yourselves.
Enjoy whatever weekend is coming, and we'll see you in the next one.